My people, my people, my people. Before you even think about scrolling past this video, let me tell you something that will make you pause everything you're doing right now. You know that feeling when you're minding your business, and suddenly someone drops the kind of gist that makes your jaw literally hit the floor. The type that makes you immediately call your bestie and say, babe, you need to sit down for this one. Well, today's tea is so hot that even the devil himself would need ice cubes. We are talking about our forever glowing queen Sonia Uuchi, and the actress that has become the internet's favorite mystery case, Pearl Watts. Trust me when I say this story has more twists than a Nollywood movie, more drama than your favorite telenovela, and enough shade to cool down Lagos traffic on a hot afternoon. So grab your favorite snack, put that phone on Do Not Disturb, because what I'm about to serve you today will have you questioning everything you thought you knew about your favorite stars. Let me start this story from the beginning, because context is everything when we're dealing with this level of industry drama. Sonia Uuchi, our undisputed Nollywood goddess, recently graced us with one of those videos that make you understand why some people are just built different. When I tell you this woman walked into that beauty treatment session like she was floating on clouds, I mean it literally looked like the universe conspired to make sure every step she took was pure poetry in motion. Her confidence wasn't just radiating, it was practically lighting up the entire room like those fancy LED strips people put in their bedrooms. You could see from the way she carried herself that this wasn't just another regular day for her. This was a woman who knew exactly who she was and wasn't apologizing for taking up space. The energy she brought was so infectious that even people watching through their phone screens were smiling without realizing it. And honey, when someone can make you feel joy through a video, that's when you know they've got that special something that separates the stars from the wannabes. But what really got people talking wasn't just the obvious glow-up moment we were all witnessing. It was the way Sonia transformed what could have been a simple beauty treatment into a whole experience that felt like we were all invited to her personal self-care session. Before the beautician even touched her face, she was already beaming with that kind of happiness that makes you wonder if she had just received the best news of her life. Her smile was doing more work than most people's entire skincare routine, and I'm not even exaggerating. The woman looked like she had discovered the secret to eternal youth and decided to share it with the world through her pure, unfiltered joy. Every expression, every laugh, every little comment she made was giving us main character energy that had viewers rewinding the video just to catch that moment of pure bliss again. It was the kind of content that reminds you why some people are meant to be in the spotlight. They don't just occupy space, they fill it with light. Now, while we were all basking in the glory of Sonia's radiant energy, the internet was brewing up something else entirely. A birthday tribute video had been making rounds on social media, and let me tell you, it was the kind of video that makes you feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Big names from Nollywood and even some Ghanaian celebrities had come together to send heartfelt birthday wishes to industry veteran Bonab, and it was beautiful to see the love and respect flowing like a river of good vibes. Maurice Sam showed up with his charm, Jackie Opia brought her elegance, Chanina Nibi added her sweetness, and several other faces that we know and love filled the screen with genuine affection. It was one of those moments that remind you that despite all the drama and competition, there's still genuine love and camaraderie in the industry. The video was giving family reunion vibes, with everyone bringing their own special flavor of birthday wishes that painted a picture of unity and mutual respect that had fans commenting about how much they loved seeing their favorites come together. And right there in the middle of all that love and celebration was our girl Sonia, looking absolutely stunning and delivering birthday wishes that sounded like they came straight from the heart. She wasn't just saying happy birthday, she was blessing Bonab with words that had weight, with a smile that could cure depression, and with that signature warmth that makes everyone feel like they're talking to their favorite big sister. The way she spoke in that video wasn't rehearsed or mechanical, it felt spontaneous, genuine, and full of the kind of energy that makes people gravitate toward her. Fans were commenting about how she always knows the right thing to say, how her presence automatically elevates any content she's part of, and how watching her wish someone happy birthday was somehow making them feel blessed too. It was classic Sonia, turning a simple birthday message into a moment of connection that had viewers feeling like they were part of something special. But here's where the plot thickens, and trust me, this is where things get interesting enough to make you forget about whatever else you were planning to do today. Sharp-eyed fans, and you know Nigerians don't miss anything, quickly noticed something that had them tilting their heads and asking questions that spread faster than gossip in a Lagos market. While scrolling through the list of celebrities who showed up to celebrate Bonab, people started doing that thing we do best, taking attendance and noting who was present and who was suspiciously absent. And honey, when Nigerians start taking attendance, you know someone is about to be called out for not showing up to class. The comment section became a detective agency, with people listing every face they saw and every face they expected to see but didn't. It was like watching a live investigation unfold in real time, with fans playing CSI and asking the kinds of questions that make you realize how invested people are in the lives of their favorite celebrities. The name that kept popping up in these investigative comments was Pearl Watts, and let me tell you, the questions started flying like confetti at a wedding. Where is Pearl Watts? Became the rallying cry of confused fans who had expected to see her face among the birthday well-wishers. People were genuinely puzzled because, let's be honest, when there's industry love being shared, you expect all the major players to show up, especially when it's for someone as respected as Bonab. The absence became more noticeable than the presence, and that's never a good look in an industry where visibility can make or break careers. Fans started speculating about everything from scheduling conflicts to industry beef, with some people defending her and others raising eyebrows about why she wouldn't participate in what seemed like a simple, beautiful gesture. The conversation was gaining momentum, and Pearl's name was trending for all the wrong reasons, which is exactly the opposite of what any celebrity wants to happen. Now, let me be clear about something before we dive deeper into this rabbit hole of industry drama. Pearl Watts is not a small name in this industry, and her absence wasn't like some random person not showing up to a party they weren't invited to. We are talking about someone who has been in the game, someone who has worked with these same people, someone who presumably has relationships with the same industry veterans being celebrated. So when fans started asking where she was, it wasn't coming from a place of malice, it was coming from genuine confusion about why she wouldn't be part of what seemed like an automatic show of industry solidarity. The questions weren't necessarily dragging her at first, they were more like, did she not see the group chat, or maybe she sent her wishes privately. But as the conversation grew, and more people started noticing the absence, the tone began to shift from curious to critical, and that's when things started getting uncomfortable for Pearl's fanbase. The criticism that followed was swift and, let's be honest, pretty harsh in the way that social media criticism tends to be when people feel like someone has missed the mark. Fans started pointing out a pattern they claimed to have noticed, that Pearl Watts has a tendency to be absent during moments when the industry comes together for collective celebrations or tributes. Whether it's birthday videos, tribute posts, or collaborative content that showcases unity among Nollywood stars, her name was often missing from the list of participants. Critics argued that this pattern was starting to look intentional rather than coincidental, and they weren't shy about expressing their frustration with what they saw as a missed opportunity for good public relations. The comments were brutal, with people saying she doesn't know how to read the room, doesn't understand the importance of industry relationships, and is too focused on individual pursuits to participate in collective moments that could benefit everyone involved, including herself. The drag session that followed was the kind that makes you want to log off social media and come back when the storm has passed. People were not holding back their opinions about Pearl's apparent inability to seize public relations gold when it's literally served to her on a silver platter. Fans were asking how someone could be so tone-deaf about industry politics and public perception, especially in an era where every move is scrutinized and every absence is noticed. They pointed out that these group celebration videos are free publicity, free goodwill, and free opportunities to show that you're part of the community rather than an island unto yourself. The criticism wasn't just about this one incident. People were bringing up other times when they felt Pearl had missed opportunities to show solidarity, support, or simple courtesy toward her colleagues. It was turning into a full character assessment disguised as commentary about a birthday video, and the internet was having a field day with psychoanalyzing her career moves and public relations strategy. Meanwhile, the contrast with Sonia Uuchi couldn't have been more stark, and fans were not shy about pointing it out in the most dramatic ways possible. While Pearl was being dragged for her absence, Sonia was being praised to the heavens for her presence, her warmth, and her consistent ability to show up when it matters. People were comparing their approaches to industry relationships, their public personas, and even their social media strategies. Comments were flowing about how Sonia always knows the right move, always shows love when it's time to show love, and always makes people feel appreciated and valued. The contrast was being painted in broad strokes, Sonia as the industry darling who lifts others up, and Pearl as the mystery actress who misses opportunities to connect with her colleagues and fans. It was becoming less about the birthday video and more about two different approaches to navigating fame and industry relationships, with fans clearly showing their preference for the warmer, more inclusive approach. But let's talk about the elephant in the room, because there's another layer to this drama that makes it even more complex and interesting. Pearl Watts has been spending a considerable amount of time on TikTok live streams, engaging with fans in a more direct and personal way than traditional Nollywood promotion usually allows. While this isn't inherently problematic, critics argue that she seems more invested in these individual interactions than in participating in industry-wide celebrations and collaborations. The comparison being drawn is that while she has time for hours of live streaming with fans, she apparently doesn't have time to record a 30-second birthday message for a respected industry veteran. This perception, whether fair or not, is feeding into a narrative that she's more focused on building her personal brand than on maintaining professional relationships within Nollywood. Fans are questioning her priorities and suggesting that her approach might be short-sighted in an industry where relationships and mutual support can make or break careers. The conversation about Pearl's career strategy was getting deeper and more analytical than anyone probably expected from a discussion about a birthday video. Industry observers and fans alike were dissecting her moves, her public appearances, her social media presence, and her professional choices with the intensity of business school case study. People were asking legitimate questions about whether her current approach is sustainable in the long term, whether she's building bridges or burning them, and whether she understands the unspoken rules of industry politics that seem to come naturally to stars like Sonia. The discussion was evolving beyond simple criticism into a broader conversation about different ways to navigate fame and whether Pearl's more individualistic approach will serve her well or come back to haunt her. Some fans were defending her right to choose her own path, while others were insisting that some industry courtesies are non-negotiable if you want to maintain good relationships with colleagues and respect from the fan base. What made the situation even more interesting was how differently fans were reacting to what they perceived as similar levels of fame and success being handled in completely different ways. Sonia and Pearl are both successful actresses with strong fan bases, but their approaches to public relations and industry relationships couldn't be more different. Sonia's strategy seems to be built on warmth, inclusion, and consistent engagement with both fans and colleagues, while Pearl's approach appears more selective and individualistic. Fans were debating which strategy is better for long-term success, with Team Sonia arguing that her approach builds lasting goodwill and loyalty, while Pearl's defenders insisted that she shouldn't have to participate in every industry event just to prove her allegiance. The debate was revealing interesting perspectives about what fans expect from their favorite celebrities and how much they value seeing their stars interact positively with others in the industry. The irony of the entire situation wasn't lost on observers who pointed out that while Pearl was being criticized for her absence from a celebration of industry love and unity, Sonia was being celebrated for embodying exactly those qualities that fans want to see. Every comment praising Sonia's warmth and inclusivity was an indirect criticism of what fans perceived as Pearl's aloofness or disconnection. The birthday video had accidentally become a litmus test for how these two actresses approach their careers and relationships, and fans were clearly voting with their comments and engagement. Sonia's approach was being validated by the positive response she received, while Pearl's absence was being interpreted as a missed opportunity that reinforced negative perceptions about her prioritization of industry relationships. It was a masterclass in how small actions, or the absence of actions, can have much larger implications for public perception and fan loyalty. As the drama continued to unfold, some fans attempted to play devil's advocate and offer alternative explanations for Pearl's absence that didn't involve intentional snubbing or poor prioritization. Maybe she had a scheduling conflict, maybe she wasn't invited to participate, maybe she preferred to send private wishes rather than public ones, or maybe she was dealing with personal issues that made public appearances inappropriate at the time. These defenders were trying to inject some nuance into a conversation that was rapidly becoming black and white, but their efforts were largely drowned out by the louder voices expressing disappointment and criticism. The internet, as it often does, seemed more interested in the dramatic narrative than in giving the benefit of the doubt, and Pearl's supporters found themselves fighting an uphill battle against a tide of negative perception that was growing stronger with each passing comment and share. What's particularly fascinating about this entire situation is how it highlights the different expectations and pressures that come with different levels of fame and different approaches to celebrity. Sonia has built her brand on being accessible, warm, and consistently engaged with both fans and colleagues, which means that when she shows up for industry celebrations, it feels natural and expected. Pearl, on the other hand, has cultivated a more mysterious, selective public persona, which means that when she doesn't show up, it feels more noticeable and potentially intentional. The same absence that might be overlooked or explained away for one celebrity becomes a talking point and source of criticism for another, simply because of the different expectations that have been set. It's a reminder that celebrity is as much about managing perceptions and expectations as it is about talent and actual behavior. The conversation also revealed something interesting about what fans value in their favorite celebrities beyond just talent and beauty. The overwhelming support for Sonia wasn't just about her acting ability or her stunning looks, it was about her perceived character, her warmth, her ability to make others feel valued and appreciated. Fans were responding to what they saw as genuine kindness and industry citizenship, qualities that go beyond professional skill but contribute significantly to long-term success and beloved status. The criticism of Pearl wasn't really about her acting ability either, it was about perceived missed opportunities to demonstrate similar qualities of warmth and community engagement. This suggests that modern fans are looking for more than just entertainment from their favorite celebrities, they want to see evidence of good character and positive relationships with others. As we watched this drama play out in real time across various social media platforms, it became clear that this wasn't just about a birthday video or even about these two specific actresses. It was about broader questions of how celebrities should navigate industry relationships, what fans expect from their favorite stars, and how small actions or absences can have outsized impact on public perception. The situation was serving as a case study in modern celebrity culture, where every move is scrutinized, every absence is noted, and every comparison is amplified by social media algorithms that thrive on engagement and controversy. Both actresses found themselves at the center of conversations they probably never intended to be part of, with their different approaches to fame and relationships being dissected and debated by thousands of strangers on the internet. Looking at the bigger picture, this entire situation illustrates the complex dynamics of the Nollywood industry and how success in entertainment goes far beyond just being good at your craft. It's about understanding the politics, reading the room, building relationships, and managing perceptions in an environment where colleagues can quickly become competitors and where fan loyalty can shift based on seemingly small actions or decisions. Sonia's consistent positive reception suggests that her approach of warmth, engagement, and industry citizenship is resonating with audiences and potentially positioning her for long-term success. Pearl's mixed reception suggests that while her more individualistic approach might work for some aspects of her career, it might be creating challenges in terms of public perception and industry relationships that could impact her long-term trajectory. At the end of the day, what we witnessed was more than just internet drama about a birthday video, it was a real-time demonstration of how celebrity culture works in the social media age, how fans form loyalties and make judgments, and how different approaches to fame can lead to very different outcomes in terms of public perception and support. Whether Pearl learns from this experience and adjusts her approach, or whether she continues on her current path regardless of criticism, remains to be seen. What's certain is that Sonia has emerged from this situation with even more goodwill and positive attention, while Pearl has some work to do to address the perceptions that have been reinforced by her absence from what many saw as a simple opportunity to show industry love and solidarity. My beautiful people, if you've made it this far, then you know this gist was worth every single minute of your time. This is exactly why I keep telling you that in this industry, it's not just about talent, it's about timing, relationships, and knowing when to show up and show out. The tea we just spilled together proves that every action, and every absence, tells a story about who you are and what you value. Now, I need you to do something for me right now. Drop a comment and let me know whose approach you think is better for long-term success. Are you Team Sonia with the warmth and industry love, or Team Pearl with the mysterious, do your own thing energy? Don't just watch and disappear, engage with your girl. Hit that like button if this gist had you glued to your screen, subscribe if you want more of this premium content delivered straight to your notifications, and share this video with that one friend who lives for drama and industry tea. Trust me, they'll thank you for putting them onto this level of entertainment. Keep supporting our girl Sonia, keep watching her amazing content, and remember that I'll always be here to break down the real gist behind the glitz and glamour. Until next time, stay fabulous, stay engaged, and keep coming back for more of the hottest takes in Nollywood. Your girl will be right here waiting with the next serving of tea.